Compound interest was patient. I thought I had time. My 20s were for figuring things out, my 30s would be for grinding, and my 40s, that's when I'd finally start building real wealth. Here's what nobody told me. Wealth doesn't wait for you to be ready, and there's a specific age, a hard cutoff, where your financial decisions stop mattering, where the math closes the door, or even if you triple your income overnight, you'll never catch up. If you're watching this and you're over 35, you need to hear this. If you're under 35, you just got the warning before the bomb goes off. Because here's the brutal truth. There's a deadline for becoming rich, and if you miss it, the window doesn't just close, it locks permanently. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why everything you've been told about it's never too late to start is a lie designed to keep you comfortable while your future evaporates. By the end, you'll understand the math wall most people hit around 40, 45. You'll see why earning more money doesn't fix the problem, and more importantly, you'll find out if you've already passed the deadline or if there's still time to sprint through the door before it slams shut. I'll admit it. I was the girl who thought I had infinite runway. I was building a career, buying nice things, telling myself next year I'll start investing. My husband and I were the couple who looked like we had it together until we ran the numbers and realized we'd been running in place for 12 years. We hit 38, looked at our retirement accounts, and felt genuine fear. Not because we were broke, because the math told us we'd already lost. That's when I stopped believing the slow and steady lie and started figuring out how to break the timeline. Let's start with the lie they tell you. It's never too late to start investing. Technically, that's true. You can start investing at 60, but here's what they don't say. You can't start investing at 60 and end up in the same place as someone who started at 25. I want you to look at this math. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25 with an average 8% return, by age 65, you have $1.6 million. If you start the same $500 a month at age 35, you have $745,000. That's not a small difference. That's $1 million gap created by 10 years. 10 years of I'll start next year. Now, watch what happens if you start at age 45. $500 a month from age 45 to 65 gives you $285,000. Same monthly investment, same rate of return, a $1.3 million difference because of when you started. The system doesn't care how hard you work, it cares how early you start. And if you miss that window, the math doesn't bend for your feelings. Here's where it gets cruel. The decade when compounding needs you most, your 30s and early 40s, is the exact decade when life comes for your wallet. This is when you buy the house, the bigger car, the kids start school. You upgrade everything because you earned it. I call this the lifestyle ambush. It's the 10-year stretch where your expenses explode while your earning potential peaks. And if you don't use that peak income to invest aggressively, you'll hit 45 with nothing to show for it but a paid-off Suburban and a 529 plan. The Federal Reserve did a study on this. They found that the average American family's net worth barely grows between 35 and 45 because every dollar of increased income gets swallowed by increased lifestyle. You're running as fast as you can, staying exactly in place, and the clock is ticking. This is the part that makes people angry. Most people think if I just earn more money, I'll catch up. So they grind for the promotion, they take the higher paying job, they work 60 hours a week to get the raise, and then every single time, their lifestyle expands to match the new income. A study from the Journal of Economic Psychology found that people's spending increases by 75 to 80% of any raise within the first 12 months. You get a $20,000 raise. By next year, you're spending $16,000 more. Your savings increased by $4,000. Congratulations! You're still broke, just with better shoes. Here's what they don't tell you. The goal isn't to earn more. The goal is to keep your spending frozen while your income rises. If you're 40 and your spending has grown with every raise, you haven't been building wealth. You've been building a more expensive life. And that's a trap you can't out-earn. Let me show you what happens to people who miss the deadline. The average Social Security benefit in 2026 is $1,900 a month. If you retire with no savings, that's what you live on. That's $22,800 a year. Now, look at the average retirement savings for people aged 65 to 74. According to the Federal Reserve's 2025 survey of consumer finances, the median retirement savings for Americans 65 to 74 is $200,000. That sounds like a lot until you do the math. If you withdraw 4% a year, that's $8,000. Add to Social Security, $30,800 a year. This is the graveyard. People who worked their whole lives, did everything right, and now they're trying to survive on $30,000 a year. They didn't miss the deadline because they were lazy. They missed it because nobody told them there was a deadline. Now, let's talk about why nobody warns you about this deadline. Every single institution in your financial life profits when you delay. The banks profit when you carry debt. The credit card companies profit when you spend. The 401k providers profit when you contribute slowly over 40 years, not when you front load aggressively and retire early. Think about it. If you invested aggressively in your 20s and retired at 50, how much would the financial industry make from you? Compare that to the person who waits until 35, invests slowly, works until 67, and pays management fees for 32 years. The system doesn't want you to know about the deadline because if you knew, you'd change your behavior, and that behavior is what pays their bonuses. This isn't a conspiracy, it's just incentives. Your financial future is not their priority. Their priority is extracting maximum fees over maximum time. And a 40-year slow drip is way more profitable than a 10-year wealth sprint. Okay, if you're still watching, you're doing one of two things. You're either under 35, realizing you have a window, or you're over 35, realizing the window is closing fast. Let me give you the escape route. Step 1, freeze your lifestyle. Not reduce, freeze. Whatever you're spending right now, that's the number. If you get a raise, it goes to investments. If you pay off a debt, that payment goes to investments. Your lifestyle does not grow for the next 5 years. This is non-negotiable. Every dollar of lifestyle inflation is a dollar that could have been compounding for your freedom. Step 2, calculate your number backwards. Most people try to save forward. I'll save what I can and see what happens. Instead, figure out what you need to retire by 50, 60, or 65. Then work backwards to find your monthly savings requirement. If you need $1.5 million by 60 and you're 40, that's a fixed number. It's not flexible. You either hit it or you don't. Step 3, front load everything. If you're over 35, you don't have the luxury of slow and steady. You need to invest as much as possible, as fast as possible. This might mean selling the expensive car, downsizing the house, taking a second job for 3 years. Whatever it takes to get capital working for you before the deadline hits. Before I reveal the most important step, the one that took me from terrified at 38 and on track by 42, I need to show you something. Most people hit 45, run the numbers, and realize they're screwed. Then they do one of two things. They either give up and accept a broke retirement, or they double down on risk, gambling on crypto, day trading, get-rich-quick schemes, and lose even more. This is the desperation trap. When you realize you missed the deadline, you panic, and panic investing is how people lose everything. But here's what they don't tell you. You can still win if you stop playing the game they designed. The standard path is work until 65, save 15%, pray the market cooperates. The contrarian path is reduce your expenses so dramatically that your retirement number becomes achievable in half the time. Let me show you the math. If you need $50,000 a year to live on, you need about $1.25 million invested. If you can reduce your expenses to $35,000 a year, you only need $875,000. That's a $375,000 difference, which is 5 to 7 years fewer of saving. This is the escape route. You don't have to catch up by earning more. You catch up by needing less. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I can't reduce my expenses. I have a mortgage. I have kids. I have commitments. I thought the same thing, and then I discovered something that changed everything. There's a specific type of expense, the kind that looks necessary, but is actually keeping you trapped. And when you cut it, your entire financial timeline compresses by years. It's not the latte. It's not the Netflix subscription. It's the big, responsible expenses that everyone says you're supposed to have. I'm going to show you exactly which 3 expenses to cut and how doing so can shave 8 to 10 years off your retirement timeline. Let's wrap this up. We learned that wealth has a deadline around age 45 where the math stops working in your favor. We saw that the "it's never too late" lie costs most people over $1 million. We identified the danger zone, ages 35 to 45, where lifestyle inflation ambushes your future. And we discovered that earning more money won't save you if your spending rises with it. Most importantly, we found the real escape route: freezing your lifestyle, front-loading your investments, and reducing your needs instead of chasing more income. Here's the truth. You might have already passed the deadline, or you might be standing right in front of it. Either way, what you do today determines whether you spend your 60s working at a grocery store or traveling, relaxing, living on your terms.